Just a second. Hey guys, give me. We'll recap this. I wanted to try something different here. Just give me. Can you guys give me 2 minutes here? I'll be right back. I want to try to plug in the periscope too, real quick. I don't know if it's gonna work. I changed the lighting up. 1 second. Let me try to set this up, guys, real quick. I don't know if this is gonna work. All right. Anyway, so best trade of the morning with Euro Kiwi. And so here I have this on both screens. So here's the 30-minute. And what I like about this trade is that it's a good representation of you know where the TMS is, guys. Some of you are asking the newer ones. That's technical market structure. So all that means is we're identifying the structure of highs and lows. Okay, so in the downtrend, you're going to get lower lows and then your lower highs. And so when, you guys know how to identify those at or near the 30 or near the bands. And now we're above the bands here, but it's all relative, right? I don't want you saying, well, this isn't a lower high because it's above the bands, but it is because this is the last high that sticks out. So these lower highs were above the bands, but they're still relative to each other, right? So that's what's keeping this bearish. So when you cycle back up, you know where you're wrong, right? This is where we're going to be wrong. So that doesn't mean you can start heavy, aggressively short here, though. It's too far of a distance to stay short, right? You'll never be able to. It's too much pain. You'll stop out. So it's what I like about this trade that we did together is that it helped. This is a perfect example of using the cycle to time this up. All right. If you're not using the cycle here, this happens to be the 30-minute. Let's do the 15-minute over here. Lost my train of thought. I might cover a little bit more here, guys. No, I don't know. I only have one piece on. I'll let it go. You can certainly cover more though down here. This 15-minute cycle is really low. So here's our 30-minute, and you'll see you didn't get it to cross till right about here, pretty much in this candle. Right now, the 15-minute, this is going to happen where this is why I want you using both of these in conjunction, because this was the smoother trend that price followed. Not trend. This was the smoother cycle. The 15-minute got a little bit squirrely. You knew you were high, right? This is low. This is low like we are now. This was high, but sometimes you're going to get that kind of jagged flip-flopping. But that's why the 30-minute cleans it up a little bit easier. And you knew that this was kind of the do or die point up in this area. So on the left-hand side of the chart, right, the left-hand side of the cycle, we need to be patient. So if you're shorting smaller lots into this rally, that keeps you in the game. And if you never cross and price just takes off, well, this stop out's not going to hurt as much as if you were aggressively short too low. All right, but then it's waiting for the 1 minute and the 5 minute to roll over, and that helps you with the right-hand side of the cycle, which is what we talked about, right? When we were trading that, I even drew a question mark there. So then on the 15-minute, again, the fractal nature of our model, we were worried about these. This is where the TMS is. This is where pi is. This is all these old highs. So it's just a matter of learning how to work your position. Short, 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 getting more aggressive here, getting more aggressive on the 1 minute break. And then you got your follow through, covering into these lows. And then there's even more action that we did right on the 1 minute. So we're early here, shorting. And then we started getting more aggressive. We go to the 1 minute, and then you start picking off your spots, right? Here was our pivot, shorting more here. We were bidding into the lows. Some of it got a little bit covered up here. And then I said what? That this next rally was shortable. Boom. I mean, I ended up missing. I was offering more up here. But like Dave, you sold 12.5s. And then we ended up getting filled down here. And then there was an opportunity on this rally. I said you could short again. And then we covered here. This was a break even where hindsight, it would have been another great spot to sell, but we had the cycle on the 15-minute turning up. So that was playing a little bit of defense. But you can always reshort too, covering into these lows. So guys, from here now on your next 15-minute cycle up, you have a pretty good wall, right? So there's opportunity probably the rest of the day to short again on the underside of 54, right in this area. You just want to time it up with your cycle. So your 30 minutes still coming down, your 15-minute, you know what I mean? You gotta have to wait through lunch and catch the next 15-minute cycle if we want to play this on the short side again. But this trend is still bearish as long as we're below that TMS that we highlighted. I mean, that's just been doing pretty much a great job this whole move down. Anytime we get near the bands, I mean, a couple times we had these bigger spikes higher, and that's why I always say that's the part of the chart that's pretty tough. When you break the bands, between the band break, the 200 and pi, you get these little bigger flushes, these bigger spikes. We didn't get them here. So that's sometimes where you got to play along on a smaller time frame, or you got to wait for the like pi a little bit higher up and just be patient. But pi has defined this entire move down. It's done a great job. How did we do today? Did some of you have some pretty good dollar amounts on Euro Kiwi? I mean, we pretty much nailed that, a lot of those moves on Euro Kiwi, and that it moves around pretty good. I mean, this is a lot on the charts that we just went over. But from these highs where we were shorting 54.14 all the way to 75, 30 pips in there, plus or minus when we're adding, reducing on the 1 minute, shorting, covering, shorting, covering. So you guys are all in the green again. You had to cut your loss on pound Aussie or Euro Aussie, but even pound Aussie is coming off pretty good. All right, you guys, we had some good lessons too. Andrea, you had good questions today. Dan had a good question about buying contrarian. So. All right, guys. Well, stay tuned too. We're trying to work on this cryptocurrency plan. It's going to be kind of like an investment club. I think it's just going to be a low cost. It is a low cost program, but I think it'll be pretty fun. I mean, we can learn and trade that new market together. There's a lot to learn there, but there's some crazy moves, and we can apply the same model to any market. So we do the same thing in those markets. But anyways, that's when I'll be working on the rest of the day. And then I'll keep you guys posted on if I'm still short here, that Euro Kiwi. So Periscope can see this very easily. But the idea is this 15-minute, 30-minute cycle is coming down. So I want to sit through the next 15-minute cycle up. Sometimes these 15-minute cycles are an hour, hour and a half. And then if I get a 15-minute cross, maybe this afternoon, I'll play this on the short side again, but there's a pretty good wall here. So this 154 area. And then if we break this trend, guys, then there might be some opportunity later in the week on the long side from a core perspective. Okay, Dave. No, I'm gonna do a big rundown on the vision on that one. It's gonna be pretty cool. And then we worked on the site yesterday, so that's pretty much done. But I'll hit you guys up on it. All right, Periscope, enjoy the rest of your trading day. And good session, guys. All right, welcome. Hey, Johnny. All right, buddy. Welcome. Welcome, Rio. I'll catch up with you guys a little later.